What's going on there, buddy? Hell broke Lucy here. Been taking in the news like normal, filtering everything out, and I come up with the same result I come up with last week, the week before, the week before. Given, it's a given. The Republican Party is pure evil. Pure evil. Not a redeeming characteristic, quality. If one of them says something that's good, ignore that shit. Because you're going to get a whole bushel full of wicked shit with it. It don't fucking matter. Not a word they say matters. They're the evil. But they're losing their power. They're shooting themselves in the foot every day. Our biggest obstacle to progress is the establishment of the DNC. And that is a goddamn fact. Watched a clip off of Jimmy Dore the other day. Jimmy Dore, he'll give you the facts of the matter, that's for sure. It was Morning Joe, and they had their favorite guest on there, Donnie Deutsch, better known as Donnie Douche. He's worth a couple $100 million. He got on a rant about socialism, which is the word that the establishment Democrats and Republicans are going to use from here on out to try to scare good people away from democratic socialism, which in a nutshell is how you make capitalism work. Work for us instead of a tiny, tiny minority of greedy people. That's what democratic socialism is. It's about the programs for the people, how to take our tax money and pay for our needs over the needs of war, over the needs of ExxonMobil. They get welfare, more welfare than the poor people in this country all put together. Socialism. That's the name we're going to use. And Donnie Deutsch went on his fucking rant and said that if it come down to between socialism and Donald Trump, or Bernie and Donald Trump, he'd vote for Donald Trump. He spoke the establishment mind. Joe Scarborough had to put a leash on him, but they didn't balk anything back. You watch MSNBC, you get hooked, and then you believe the evil that they put out. All of the stuff that mainstream media, particularly MSNBC, does is to hook in your average voter so that you'll buy shit just like that. That anything is better than socialism. They're not going to use democratic socialism. That won't serve their purpose. Truth doesn't serve their purpose. Lies serve their purpose. The establishment is terrified of Bernie, Elizabeth Warren, Tulsi Gabbard. They're terrified. My goal, my whole life, is to do better and to help people do better. When Bernie come out in 2015, right off the bat, he had a 3% approval rating. He had 3% of the people behind him. I was in that 3%. That 3% were right. That 3% belongs in the 5% of society that has guided us to where we're still existing. We're right now. The establishment is the enemy. The Democratic establishment is what's going to stop us from saving our country, or going to try to stop us from saving our country and from saving the human race from climate change. They don't give a fuck about climate change. Kamala Harris, Cory Booker don't give a goddamn about climate change. They're like Clinton. They figure out what to say for ear candy so that they can just have the power. They want the power. They'll willingly serve the establishment as long as they get to hold the Oval Office. And Kamala Harris, her past, shooting her down right now. She's not for prison reform. She's for locking up every goddamn body that come across her path in a courtroom. That's not humanism. That's not social justice. And Booker, he's just a wishy-washy flake. The threats to the establishment are Bernie, Elizabeth, and Tulsi. It is up to every one of us to spread this word for all of you who care. And ain't afraid to get out front. Put your name on bold statements. We got to keep guiding the progressive liberals, not the right-wing liberals that are more, they call themselves liberals, but they're attached to the Democratic establishment. They misuse the word liberal. And when I hear of someone like Cory Booker called progressive, Kamala Harris called progressive, Kirsten Gillibrand, it's an insult to progress. That's an insult to what progressive really means. So do your due diligence, everybody, because the race is on now. Race is on. Lucy, love you. Later.